Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of a Nation Wave, and this is day 22 of the October Daily Draw. So as we close out the weekend and approach a new week, let's see what message we get. And I'll be taking the first card from the Ghost Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. And today we will go there. And our card today is Justice. So to me, this is to speak truthfully, act in a fair and just way in situations when deciding how to respond in different situations. Do it with integrity and justness and fairness to the situation in response to the facts, not to the perception, but the facts, which can often be different. And that assessment needs to be by the truth, by the facts, and not according to your personal feelings or anyone else's personal feelings or perceptions. It has to be the objective facts of the situation. So this may be calling us to look objectively rather than subjectively towards a situation or a person. Look at the facts. Let the facts speak for themselves, and let them inform you. Let them inform us. This includes me too. Of what actually the true nature of the situation is, and then we can decide the fairest way, the best way for us to respond. Okay, so that's first and foremost what this card is saying to us. Also, I would say that this applies when we're thinking and assessing and talking about ourselves. In other words, not how we feel about ourselves on any given day. You know, we all have days where where our feelings can ebb and flow. So if you waking up today and you've been feeling that you don't like yourself, there's things about you that are no good, is that because of your the emotional prism for which you're looking at this moment? How substantive is that assessment? What facts are you basing it on? And I would venture to say that if you're feeling like that about yourself, you're not really basing it on the truth. The truth of the matter is that everyone is worth an infinite value. You're here for a reason. There are good qualities in you. I can say that for a fact, even without knowing any of you. Personally, I can say that there are good qualities in you. And I can say objectively there are good things in me. Even if I at times may not feel like it. And that's the difference. You got to look at yourself objectively and not through the prism, the lens of your current perception, which is often influenced and by your emotions and your emotional state or mental state. You got to look at the facts of the situation. It's not always easy to do to be objective, particularly about ourselves, because how can we look from outside and look objectively at us? And sometimes that means that sometimes that's where the value of somebody else objectively can can look at us. But even when somebody else makes a judgment, they're seeing it through their eyes. And we have to make sure that we're careful about what we take from other people. What is the truth of what they're saying? Now, and same that you would be assessing what I'm saying. And I can say that there is good in you, but if you don't perceive that, you can say, well, he's talking rubbish. But don't readily reject it, particularly when somebody's saying something positive. Some people will say something positive just to flatter you and just to make you feel better. But there are real good people that you can trust, that you know that there are people that you can trust to tell you the truth. Will objectively say, look, you may have made mistakes, but on the whole, you've tried to do your best. There are good qualities that you have that we need in this world, and things like that. So what this card is saying is, try and take a lot of the emotion out of it, and be objective in order to assess the situation. And the time to bring your emotion in is when you're deciding what to do about it. And that's when your emotions can come in, particularly love and compassion. Make the appropriate response, but don't make sure that it's not devoid of compassion and love. Maybe a little mercy thrown in. How you do that is down to you. It's your choice. No one can decide but you. But make your decisions based on the facts and not the feelings. Okay, let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Here we go. And frog. Is it about kissing the frog and it becomes a prince and we can't I don't know. I have to look at the book, because look at this poem underneath. The messages on these cards in the other ones, like with the Mabon one, are a bit more readily understandable. I can't make sense of that poem at the back, at the bottom. I don't like them. I think the key words should have been on there and let the poem just be in the guidebook for those that want it. Well, I know people have complained about them changing it for the later ones, but I'm glad they did. Although I did say, once you've started that way, you should continue to be consistent, but that's just my... Yes, looking at the book, I've just looked at the book, and it's about transformation and adaptability. And let the facts cause you to transform your viewpoint. Let the facts cause you to transform your viewpoint. Because it's about the transformation. You think of butterflies, don't you? Going from the caterpillar to the larva to the butterfly. But a frog does. It goes from a tadpole, and then it goes into a frog. And then it can be adaptable onto land as well as water. Adapt your position, but in accordance with the facts, not your feelings. Okay, that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow as we start the new week with day 23. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.